2, 1, let's go.
Damn good time. Feeling right.
Feeling right. Huh?
Did you go live?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all live, baby. We're on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I'm Steve Shaver.
I'm Cody Adams.
And this is a Damn Good Time podcast. Hit 'em with it. We're still listening to our AI-generated music.
Ballin'.
I like it.
Ballin'.
Yeah, baby. Because that's what this is. It's a damn good time.
Damn good time to the sky.
All right, there's like 3 more minutes of that.
To the sky. To the moon, baby.
To the sky.
To the moon.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, we back.
We took a hiatus last week.
Yeah, well, it's been like a few weeks, kind of, I feel.
Yeah, we did like a 2-week hiatus show.
And then a week off. And
then another week hiatus show. No, and that's this show now.
yeah.
So, hey, man, we're busy fucking people. You guys aren't, none of you are.
I didn't get a text saying, hey, when's the next episode?
Yeah.
So I think we're okay.
You're not, it's not like, it's like, hey, man, give me my $5 back because
I paid for content.
Because you're not producing content right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's been busy.
Yeah, I had a wedding on the weekend, so I had to run up north. Was hoping we could probably do a virtual, but it's just there was no time.
Yeah,
no time.
No
Too much
time.
family, friends. You know, you gotta enjoy the moments.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the day you went to that wedding, I had to sit here by myself and watch the Buckeyes lose, which sucked.
yeah.
But I was
Saturday,
texting you like, are those people up north going to let you watch the Buckeyes? If you need, we can Facebook Live, and I'll point my camera at the screen because I thought for sure we were going to win that one.
Yeah, I did too. But
That was a
I
bananas
knew it was going
game.
to be a tough game. You know, and to lose by very little.
One fucking
Mm.
point.
It makes it a good game. So,
Yeah.
we dropped 2 ranks and we'll probably play them again.
And it's one of those things too, like where obviously I'm a sports enthusiast, which not as much maybe I should be, but I like watching a good close game.
Right.
I like watching a great game. I would rather my favorite team not be involved in that, or if they are involved, come out the winner.
Right.
But I will say, even though we lost, that was a great game to fucking watch.
Right.
There's a lot of shit going on.
I didn't get to watch it obviously because I was wedding, but like I know I saw the highlights, and then there was a couple errors made in the Ohio State coaching and on the field.
Yeah.
That kind of lost us the game as well. There should have been a field goal kick that wasn't able to be attempted because some rule they didn't know or whatever.
Right.
The clock ran out basically. So.
And then we got what was it, an incomplete pass, which actually should have been a fucking interception.
Right.
Luckily for us, we were smart enough to line up on the ball and run it and go to now. Oh, it's too late. You can't turn that play back. We already started another one. And then there was I think it was a fumble or something that there was another call. Then I feel like they were making up for it.
Yeah.
So it was technically kind of like 2 bad calls, one in favor of us, the other in favor of them. So it should have washed it. So in my mind, yeah, that's cool. That washed it. And they
you just
fucking
don't know how things change, but yeah. That's the name of football.
yeah, anything can happen.
Yep.
And then what else, man? Like we pulled my boat out of the water.
At least I was in the heart of the state up north. Ann Arbor.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whore. And
the whore herself.
And I was watching the Cleveland Indians.
Guardians.
Nope. And they were playing Detroit to get into, which they're playing right now. the semifinals, semifinals. What do you call it?
They're in the was
I don't watch
ALCS?
enough baseball. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
They're in the Championship Series. If they win this series, they're going to the
World Series. Yeah. So I was in that, and of course, everybody in Michigan's just a Detroit baseball
They were more
fan.
concerned about the baseball game than they were anything
yeah.
football, basically, at that
Which,
point.
I mean, that was Saturday or whatever. And they're
Yeah.
like, they don't
give a shit about Ohio State football.
No, playing Oregon.
And Michigan probably wasn't even playing then.
Yeah, I think they made a bye or something, or they had already
Yeah.
played. I don't remember. But I know all these people were like, what's going on with Tigers team? What's going on with Tigers team?
Yeah.
And then we won.
Yeah, baby.
And I just got to walk around and say, sorry for your loss.
That's
At a wedding, sorry for your loss.
I saw a meme. I wonder if I can find it on the internet. I'd love to see it
Now
right
we're
now.
playing those damn Yankees, and nobody likes them.
It was because what is it? The Guardians doing good? Do we have a hockey team? What's our other team that's doing good?
The Lake Erie Monsters, but I don't know if they're or no Columbus Blue Jackets probably.
There's no way I can look it up, but it was like it was literally. You remember Grown Ups, the movie,
Yeah.
and then you see like what's his face's hot daughters, and then the one ugly one, and
Yeah.
it was like Guardians, whatever other things going good for Cleveland, which I can't,
Oh, I saw one. It was
and then the ugly one was the Browns.
I saw the one. It was the Starship Troopers, and they have that like commercial and that thing where it's like, I'm doing my job,
Yeah,
and it was so at that point in time Ohio State hadn't lost, and it was like Ohio State, I'm doing my job. Indians are like, I'm doing my job, and they even had Michigan in there because Michigan lost.
yeah,
Sucking, and they came, I'm doing my job. And then it was the Browns. It's like
yeah,
some little kids would turn around and like,
yeah.
and they're like,
Yeah, so I'm sorry. This like I said, this was probably like 2 weeks ago I saw it. This is obviously before we just lost to Oregon. So it was Guardians, Ohio State, and then the Browns was like the ugly ugly chick.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Here,
And since we're on the
Browns?
subject, what the fuck is going on with the
I don't
Browns, man?
So I was even like one of those guys that was like, Deshaun's still standing in the pocket. He's taking those hits. He's trying. He's trying, right? O-line's just bad.
Yep.
That was until last game. And
there were a
or
couple.
maybe even the
There
game-
were a couple.
Was that the game before? I forget. I was like, you just got to give him, he can do it. And he looked good in the second half.
There were a couple games too where I was like, oh man, our online sucks.
Yeah.
Of course he's getting sacked 7 times. And then the next game, well, the O-line's getting better. What are you doing? And the next game, oh, the O-line's not doing too bad. What are you doing? And and then last game, like you said, he looked good second half.
Yeah, but then they wanted to go for it on 4th and 2, and he just walked off the field.
Mm-hmm.
And Stefanski's like,
That wasn't even last game. That was the game previous.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He walked off the field, and that's when I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. He's like, no, I'm not doing this.
I was talking to people at work. I was talking to this dude at work that didn't even know I have a podcast. And I told him, I was like, go to my podcast, rewind a lot. And there's a day that I said, we gave up on Baker Mayfield too early. We gave up on him too early. And then, go a few more months ahead, and I said, Deshaun Watson is not our guy. And, no offense to you, you're playing devil's advocate,
Sure.
right? And through the whole thing. Because if you disagreed with everything I
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
you're
okay.
fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
I mean, I think most people that are like, and kudos for you if you said that. I don't remember, but
I did. I 100%.
But now
did.
most people, I think, that are like, oh, look at Baker. We should just have Baker. We should have Baker. I'm like, most of you were calling for his fucking head.
Most of
you were calling for his head back then.
There were a lot. And I'm telling you this right now. There were a lot of people calling for his head back then.
Yeah.
And I think I was the outlier saying like, I don't think we gave him enough time. He's he did great first season. He got injured. He came out, the next not too good, but he took us to the fucking playoffs. And
I think it's a wild card game. Did he take his playoffs? I think it's a wild card game.
either way,
Joe Flacco took us to playoffs.
yeah.
I
Still, he did decent.
think he got us in a wild card game, I believe.
And I don't
know
think-
if we got past that,
But then they just axed him out, picked up fucking Deshaun, and Deshaun's been a goddamn bum ever since, man. Like,
yeah. Just hurt, not playing, and then actually playing a full season, and it's like, ugh.
I've never seen that guy take a step on the field, and it seemed like he wanted to be there.
I mean,
Which I get it. Honestly, if I was him, I wouldn't give a fuck either. I'm guaranteed $235 million.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like 235 or 245 or something like that, right?
yeah, it's a lot of money,
Guaranteed.
right?
And I think at this point, I do believe
I think
like
he's trying to get hurt too because he stands in that pocket and gets wailed after play after play.
fuck.
And that's the only thing I said. I said he's still got grit. Like he's still standing in that damn pocket when he should be scrambling. He should be doing a lot other things. Like just start scrambling right at the bit. Just
Actually,
go.
what he should be doing is throwing fucking passes.
Yeah,
or
but some of those he has.
finding the people that are open any fucking thing.
There's
other
sometimes
than what
no
he's
release
doing.
time, and I get it and stuff like that. But they can counter that, and they have countered it. Put a tight end there, put a running back there to block. Give them some different
Yeah.
options, give some quick passes. But
Yeah.
you don't see those quick passes. You don't see any of that happening. And Browns have not been healthy at all.
Right.
Obviously, we got this big next game. Nick
What do you
Chubb coming
I
back.
was gonna say, what do you think is gonna happen with Chubb? Or
I mean, they'll probably give him a few handoffs, and they're probably going to work him in slowly.
I would imagine he'd be limited.
I couldn't imagine they throw him in there full bore.
he's not taking 60%.
But then again, if Chubbs wants it, they're going to give it to him. So
And if they put him out there a couple times and he's feeling good,
Mhm.
they'll give him 80%.
and they
You know what I mean?
he blasts a couple 20, 30-yard runs, then they're going to be like, all right, Chubby's back. And that might help out.
And that's why I was telling some people at work too, because we got our ADGT fantasy football league,
Yeah.
and I'm in another one at work. But I was telling some people at work, it's like, dude, watch out for a second. I know Browns aren't great, but and is it just me being a hopeful Browns fan thinking like we get Chubb back, we get a good hard run going. We get that run option now. We got Chubb there.
You can
So now all of a sudden defenses are going to be pulling off of. Well, we don't have Amari Cooper anymore,
right, but
but they'll pull off. They'll pull off Judy.
we got Judy. We got some rookies. coming
Joku's
in.
back in,
Yeah.
and Joku's back in healthy. Hopefully, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Healthy-ish.
He is.
Yeah.
He's starting. He's back in.
So
Yeah.
we got the threat of the run. We've got short passes off to the side tight end shit.
Yep.
And then we still got, I mean, he's always, it's just, I don't think Deshaun Watson is good at targeting him.
For the sanity of the fans, you give Deshaun this game. And if he sucks it up again, Cincinnati has not won.
Who are we playing this week?
Cincinnati,
Oh,
they have not won in the Browns Stadium in 7 years.
okay.
Joe Burrow has never beat the Browns in the Browns Stadium. He's
No
beat
shit.
the Browns outside of it.
Yeah.
Inside, never.
Okay.
Joe Burrow has never beat the Browns.
This is kind of his last lick.
Yeah, this is it. This team has never, I think it's been 7 years, 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
You can vet me on that if you want, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that.
I'm not going to Google it.
We've had their number for years. No matter how bad we've been,
Yeah.
Cincinnati cannot win in Cleveland. Joe Burrow's never won a game against the Browns in Cleveland.
And I would say, like, no matter how bad the Browns have been, every once in a while we'll pull out that surprise. We're like,
Yeah.
we beat the Steelers.
Yeah.
We beat we beat Cincinnati.
They're
We beat fucking Baltimore.
Cincy's 6-point favorites coming in this game.
When, like, our division fucking is hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing. I don't think we get enough credit. Is that our division is fucking hard, dude.
Right.
Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Always playoff contenders.
Yeah,
They're
tough,
never not.
tough teams. I mean,
You know?
I don't know what the Steelers. I don't know how they pull it out of their ass. Sometimes it's just Mike Tomlin's a great coach. I think, and it's just like it's somehow
Tom's a weirdo.
he's a weirdo, but he somehow,
Yeah.
some way. I mean, they haven't had a really good quarterback since Roethlisberger, right? Since Roethlisberger, but they still somehow either make it the wild card or make it to the playoffs.
It's just, I
scratch
feel like
it through.
he's more of like a grit person, you know?
Yeah.
And I might be kind of almost quoting a different podcast that I listen to, but like he doesn't seem like a play guy. He doesn't seem like a scheme guy. He's just like get the best out of people
Well,
guy.
him and the Detroit coach, I love him too.
I don't know.
Oh shit, what's his name?
Detroit's head
God
coach.
damn it, I can't remember. He's the same way. They're just like this is how you play football, and you don't need to do all. Although Detroit would do some fun, crazy. Dan Campbell.
Campbell.
I
Yeah.
love Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
He's like a dude's dude. Like
Just,
just
yeah.
just awesome. And the way that just ran, it's just like they don't worry about as much of the outside noise, and they worry about the game, and it's kind of like
Yeah,
it's just a little different.
It wasn't even Tom was just quoted saying stats are for losers.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? What does that even mean?
I was a little bit because he was getting flack because they're benching Justin Fields that took him to
Yeah, and they're why
4-2, and Russell Wilson's coming in.
why can I ever think of Russell Wilson's name?
I don't know.
Is it because he sucks?
He's been in the league for goddamn ever. Right? He used to be awesome when he first started, but yeah,
He
now
was
he's
good at
gonna-
Denver-ish.
Yeah,
he
so
was
now-
good-ish at Denver, right?
Yeah, so now they're like, well, and they're like, well, you're for. He's like, that doesn't matter. He's like,
Yeah, stats are for losers.
yeah, stats are for losers.
Yeah. And no offense, like Justin Fields started out on fire. He did pretty good.
Well, actually, it wasn't that good.
Lucky, maybe
Yeah, the
you'd say.
field goal kicker won them a lot of those games.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
They were very low scoring. The field goal kicker won him a lot of those games because he's hitting 50-something yarders.
Yeah.
I know because I got him on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things that it's like, could we have a higher ceiling with Russell Wilson is what they're looking at.
Probably, yeah.
So I don't know.
Honestly,
I
even
don't
at the beginning of the season,
I don't know about that, but yeah.
well, but at the beginning of the season, it's Justin Fields or Russell Wilson.
Mhm.
Who do you start?
Do you want a guy that can run the ball more and scramble, but hasn't really been hitting his passes, or do you want a guy that can throw the ball and get you those touchdowns? So that's what I feel like. That's what they're looking at. That's what they're looking at.
Yeah, and my biggest thing too is like, and I don't know because I'm not there at practice. I don't see what the fuck they're doing.
Right.
But I know Russell Wilson's a little more tried and true with the Denver Broncos. He was fantastic with them, right? He was at Denver Broncos, right?
He can scramble a little bit. Yeah. I think he's been with everybody.
But then Justin Fields was with Chicago Bears,
Right. And they got rid of him, and
he didn't do shit.
well, he was great there for a little bit.
Ish.
At the beginning of the year, he was awesome.
Couple games.
Well, at least for fantasy football, he was awesome.
Yeah, a
He
couple
was-
games.
He was dropping like 35, 38 points a game. Like,
But for a couple,
yeah.
not consistent.
But yeah, towards the end of the year, he fell off, and then they were like, no. So it's just kind
And
of
maybe that's what Tomlin sees.
yeah.
Justin Fields comes out hot, and then he falls off mid-season. Russell
Well,
Wilson now.
He's not.
Like,
He's not doing what he wants to do, and that's why he said that the stats are for losers. Because he's like,
yeah.
you're looking at the stat line, being like, well, you won these games, but really Justin Fields sucked, and he's like, well, stats are for losers. That's not why I'm playing Russell Wilson. He's just like, stats for losers. He's like, I just want to see what Russell can do over Justin Fields.
True.
And Justin Fields even came out and said, hey, I'm not playing that great. I could be playing way better.
Yeah.
So I understand this. So that was like
Yeah.
true quarterback, true smart move to say, hey, no, I understand it.
And if anything, it's all about the team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But if you have that mentality, that keeps you on the team, right?
Yeah.
And then you got an old man, Russell Wilson, out there.
I'm so tired. Well, and it makes you think. Like I'm so tired. Like I was explaining to my wife the other day. We were watching football. She's like, "What's that extra emblem that guy's wearing on his? I think it's the left chest, right?
The captain.
Or it's the right? Yeah, they get the C up there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, because he's the captain he's the captain of the offense. He's the offensive captain. Like he's the leader. He's the guy.
Right.
And then because we were watching the Browns, and I think Deshaun has it. I don't think he's the captain. And then we see on the defense, it's God, I'm failing at names. Myles Garrett has it. I'm like, he's a true fucking captain. You know?
Right. Yeah.
He's the guy. If there's a play change or if there's anything going on, like he's the one that's supposed to rally the troops. Let's go, fucking. Hey, no, switch zone. This, that, the other. Audible. Blah 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 blah. Like that's.
Well, it's kind of like you're the figurehead, especially when you're looking with rookies and stuff. When you get these guys just coming in, like you look to the captain. You look to what's the captain saying? What's he doing? Like you say on play calls or whatever too. Yeah.
Right, but so what I want to see instead of, because I feel like it always goes on defense is different. Could be a linebacker, could be a wideout, or it could be a lineman. It could be anybody.
It's normally somebody on the line, but yeah.
But usually on offense, it's always going to be the quarterback.
Could be the center too, but yeah.
So then on the Steelers, who's the captain?
I mean.
Did it switch
Could
out
be
like
the center? I don't know.
Did it switch out like, oh, Fields, you're not the captain anymore?
Yeah,
like
captain,
co-captains.
Yeah,
we have co-captains now. Like,
I don't think it really matters that much. Everybody's doing their own thing, and everybody knows what their position, and then everybody. It's like if they see something, you jab it or you call it or whatever.
Yeah,
and they have their own calls, especially on defense. They have their own calls. But maybe for a complete audible call, that might go down to the captain.
Yeah.
But it could be an overall decision too.
Well, and that's even I heard. What is it?
Like they could be yelling ice cream, and that goes to the captain. The captain looks and he sees, and then he calls audible or call. They can say all kinds of weird shit.
Well, that's even because I'm looking way harder into football than I ever have in my life this year. And I heard that Jason Kelce, the center for the Eagles, just retired. Yeah. And I didn't realize that he was the one. You got Jalen Hurts coming up behind him, and he would maybe change routes or whatever. But Jason Kelce was the guy that would come up and say, "Hey, here's what's they're rushing." He would call the defense out, and then Jalen would then adjust accordingly.
That's what they said. They're very worried after. He retired.
Yeah.
They were like, we don't know if Jalen Hurts is going to be as good because it was literally Kelce like calling audibles and calling play calls a lot
and that's
of time
a fucking center.
For a center to do.
Yeah.
Because that's how good he was. He was just smart and good at everything he did. So, yeah, it was different. But
that's bananas. Like, so then it's like, God, could a center be the captain then? Like, give me 1 fucking second here. Hold on.
Everybody pause. Yeah, well, kids interruption. Cut that in post. But sorry for you guys in live, which is nobody but me.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? I have kids, and they do things like knock on the door on the outside. We're trying to record a podcast.
I think we're just hanging out here.
But
anyways, enough about football.
Yeah.
We got Guardians playing live now. We got some good Cleveland stuff going on.
Yeah.
Obviously not the Browns, but it's fine.
And then what you said, Ohio State, they only lost 2 positions?
Yeah, I think there
were 2 now down to 4?
4 or 5.
That's not bad.
No, I mean, you only lose by 1 point, and you played Oregon. It's good stuff. Was it only 1 point, right? Yeah. So, yeah, we're 4th. Whatever. Oregon being in the Big Ten now.
Yeah, and that's what I say. It's still Big Ten.
If we went out the rest of the year, and Oregon obviously will probably win out the rest of the year. If they lose a game or whatever, we'll blame the Big Ten championship.
Yeah.
And then maybe both teams still go into
the
playoffs as well. And the playoffs in college football are bigger this year now too. So it's way easier for both of them to get in.
Are they big? Are they doing 6 instead of 4?
It's 6 or 8. I think it's 8 now, I believe.
Because it was only usually 4, right?
Yeah, they did 4. Well, we changed it 4. It used to be the big 2 teams. But now, yeah, it's a lot more brackets. hang on, pull this up.
Yeah, I'll take your fucking cookies.
Just put how many teams, but that was there. Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I?
you bracket right there. Anyway, sorry guys. This is
Yeah.
for good audio,
Yeah.
but we might have to do a little cut.
No, it's fine. 2024-25 college football playoff.
12 team.
That's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right?
Well, I saw 12 at the top, so it's 12 team.
Oh yeah, about the 12-team college football playoff.
Yeah, so
12.
12 going
Woo, baby.
in. So I mean, you think all those times with the different teams. I like it.
Yeah.
Everybody was worried because they were worried about these. Obviously they're young kids playing in college football. Maybe not being able to go to pros. Now they get to play 2 extra games or whatever. If they
And they're all getting
3
paid now,
games.
so who gives a fuck?
That's
if they make it
exactly. I
pros?
think that's the point. It's like just give us a few more games then.
Yeah.
Some more football.
Yep. Okay, so what do you want to talk about? Football. I'm so into football.
This is a football cast.
I got kicked in the nose by a lamb last week.
Yeah, we didn't talk. Well, that was like 2 weeks ago, but yeah.
Yeah, we haven't been on camera since then.
Yeah, no, because we took last week off.
Anybody watching, if you can see right now, my nose is a little fucked up. I got a big old...
healing up pretty well, though.
It is, right?
Did you do anything to it? Or
Neosporin, man.
all right, there you go.
That's it. No stitches, no nothing.
I didn't think you need stitches. Everyone's like, I think you need stitches. I'm like,
My mom told me I need stitches. She's like, fuck you, Mom. You don't know shit.
Isn't she like a nurse?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Julie. Like,
wasn't she a nurse or something?
yeah. She's been in the medical field.
He's a wicked sky, brah.
Yeah. But so I was hanging with our dude Tyler Dutton.
Yeah.
Because we pulled the boat out, man. Summer's over. Boat's out. Yours is still in, but it's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Summer's over.
I don't know. It's gonna be 72 tomorrow. I might just have to take a little cruise.
Yeah, dude. Hey, we can do a lap. Because even like the day we pulled mine out,
This weekend be a perfect weekend because it's 70 something. I think it's supposed to be 78 by Monday or Tuesday, whatever. But it'd be a perfect weekend because all the leaves are changing.
yeah,
Like it'd be so beautiful out
so
there.
orange.
Yeah, so
so
maybe when we
pretty.
do that, we'll figure that out. But
Yeah, so like even when we pulled mine out like 2 weeks ago, I took it off the dock and went across the lake, and on the way there, I was just vibing, dude. I had some good music playing. I was just vibing. I'm like, man, I'm not ready for summer to be over. I'm not ready for fall. I'm not ready for any of this bullshit.
right,
And so still, maybe we can do that tomorrow. We'll have a little moment together.
maybe yeah.
I think
Yeah,
even
yeah.
texting me like you're like, I see you. I'm like, I'm on my way. I was still full throttle. It still took me a while to get there. But in the moment, I was still in a fucking moment.
When
man.
you hadn't took it out in a while too, so because all the things going on, school go back.
Yeah.
in, the kids don't want to come out anymore. The summer's kind of over. It's just like, no, we want to be at home.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's not like we had all week off and then you just come out on the weekend, like you said. It's kind of like it's over. But then once you get out there for that last ride, you're like, oh, I don't want to. I want to come out. I want to stay out here all day now. I'll stay out here all day.
Let's take a lap around the lake tomorrow.
Give me a caser right now. Let me sit right here on this boat.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so we pulled my boat
Mhm.
with the help of Tyler Dutton, and then
But before that,
no, this was after.
no,
wasn't it?
no, before that, did it knock you on?
That's
Did it
right.
give you a fucking concussion?
Yeah, probably.
Because before that, you went to pick him up,
That's right.
or no, wait, yeah, you had to. Oh, he had to come to your house. He picked you up because he had to get that welder from you,
Yep.
and then
then
you
we
went
went out.
back to the farm to get
Yep.
to.
Oh, I
meet
forgot. I
Dad.
forgot my nose was fucked my whole boat ride. That's how zen that boat ride was, dude. So I was helping him move some sheep. His dad has a big old flock of sheep, and they had little baby ones,
lambs.
lambs. So you had
Little
to
lambs.
remove the lambs from the sheep, we were separating the youngins from the old ones.
Yeah.
And I had just got done telling him, like, hey, man, dude, I'm glad to help. Because guess what? Schaefer is a German word for shepherd. I can help with sheep. I'm born into this, right? Like, it's my family's namesake on this bitch right now. And then the first lamb I picked up, so here's the other thing.
You picked it up like it was a puppy.
Like a dog, right? Like if you pick up a dog, like you hold them on their back and their feet are up and they're like licking you in the face and like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a doggy. So I thought I was going to do that with a sheep or with a lamb. And this motherfucker kicked me right in the nose.
Yeah. And their hoofs are sharp.
Yeah, because honestly, at first I thought I just had a bloody nose because I thought like it was like more of a punch, because it felt like I got punched in the fucking face, right?
Yeah.
And then as we got some towels and stuff and wiped it off, we realized there's this giant fucking gash from my left nostril all the way out to the tip, and it honestly was a little more like the day of it was a little more almost flappy.
Yeah.
Like, I almost lost the tip of my nose to a fucking lamb because that's how good of a shepherd I am, you know?
Best part of the story I heard from our buddy Tyler was then his dad turns around and just starts clapping and goes, first one!
Yeah.
Got him!
That's exactly what he did. That is exactly what he did. And then I look over at Tyler, and he just grabs him, like, under the neck and grabs the wool.
The wool. Just grabs the wool and just
over
chucks
their
him.
tail and just throws him over. I'm like, oh, I should have done that.
Yeah, just real farming. Just grab him.
No, I got kicked right in the fucking nose.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh, it's so cute. And then you watch an actual farmer that like deals with sheep all the time. Just grab them and you're like, that seems mean, but shut up. This is how you got to deal with them. Or you're going to get kicked in the nose and your nose is going to split open.
It's almost like the same right, where like you see people pick up cats by the back of their necks.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just like I guess that's just how you pick them up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems cruel or it seems weird. It doesn't seem nice, but that's just how it works. You know?
Yeah, that's how they went through their life as kittens because their moms and dads didn't have hands to pick them up. They just grabbed them by the back of the neck with their teeth and just carried them around.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they have that. So they have dogs, cats all have that big extra skin on the back there. They don't feel shit through that.
I actually probably pick up my golden retriever right now by the back of her neck and she'd just be like, okay, let's go. What's up?
It's that big extra liner of skin.
Yeah.
And fat that doesn't really have a lot of nerve endings when you squeeze it or whatever. I don't know, I guess. But yeah.
Well, because I think
it's most animals, it's just like clothes we wear, you know?
I think it also connects like to the lower skin too. Like that's why dogs have that extra skin around their jugular because back in the day when they got in fights, like animals know to go for the jugular, so they just adapted and got extra skin. Like you can't get my jugular because you're getting the extra skin now.
Yeah, you get back to this.
But in reverse, if you grab it from the back, it just stretches out that way.
It's protection, you know, when they're running through briars and doing all that stuff when they're wild animals, and then it's also like, you know, it's a coat. It's basically a coat. Somebody grabbed you by the coat and picked you up in there. You just be like, woohoo! I'm just in the air.
Yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. Like,
same thing, right?
Why haven't we adapted like that?
I mean, if you ever skin an animal, like you skin a deer, or you skin something like that.
Yeah, like
it's just that whole layer of like thick skin and fat before you get into like the flesh and everything too.
Yeah,
that's why you got to skin an animal. That's why you don't just be like, oh, I'm right in. Our skin is paper thin compared to any animal.
Why did we adapt that way?
We've
just been cushy so long. No, nothing's really been. We've been at the top of the food chain.
We didn't get that hard. We didn't get that hard leather skin.
we've adapted into beer bellies.
You know? Whoop, you're cut open.
Hey, trying to stab me in the gut. You got a while to get to the stomach, baby.
Yeah, what's up?
I got a big old layer of fat there for you, brother.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, that's just how we were genetically made. But yeah, I mean, it's still not that much thicker, but it's thicker. So, anyways.
And so I have a few things.
Yeah, you just got kicked right in the face.
I have a few things I want to talk about.
Okay. What you got?
Oh, one of my recent work trips, I went to Salt Lake City, Utah.
Okay.
And I know Utah's like the Mormon kind of capital.
That's what you hear. Mm-hmm.
I think I looked it up, and out of every
Did
state,
you grab an extra wife?
No.
Oh, okay.
I did not get a
Just
sister
checking.
wife or
Just checking.
anything like that.
I know that show's all the rage. I'm pretty sure.
Well, and I
that's
think
from what I've heard.
And I think some sects, some different versions of Mormonism. So like, that's the other thing is like we have Christianity, but then there's Catholic and this and that and that and the other. So the I think the basic version of the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormon faith, is I don't think there's so much into the extra wives and stuff.
I know they show up at my house 6 deep in a van. 2 of them come knock on my door.
But I know they're very, very.
But why is there always 6 of them in a van in case they got somebody attacks them?
And why are they all named Elder? Like they are every dude.
Sorry, we don't talk about religion on here. But
Yeah.
That one's kind of funny.
No, it was kind of funny, and then that's the thing. Like we said, we don't want to make fun of religion, but I was the only time, the only state, the only area I went to where things were actually different was in Utah. I went to a BW3s in Salt Lake City.
Okay. B-dubs, of course.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be different?
yeah. It should just be like the B-dubs here in Canton.
Right.
I got carded at the door because I wanted to go sit at the bar. All right, cool. And I get that. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, they're very tight on their alcohol stuff.
Because they don't drink.
Yeah.
Nobody drinks out there.
It's very tight, I heard. It's like crazy tight.
Yeah. So I get carded at the door, and then the girl that carded me was too young to verify my age, so she had to get a boss to come over.
Oh, because you're from Ohio.
Well, no, I think she was like, like in, so for instance, in Ohio, you can't serve booze till you're 19.
So you can't even go like, no, I'm not drinking at the bar. I'm just going to go sit at the bar and have water.
So to sit at the bar, you have to be carded.
You have to be 21.
Yeah. And so I think she must have been like 18. Or I don't know what their rules are. So either way, a manager had to come out, card me, and then he had to look at it, and then I got a fucking bracelet. You know what I mean? Like a band. I got a wristband.
Like you're going into a club?
Yeah.
Like you're like, I'm about to mess this beat up.
yeah, dude. It even said like 21 or over.
Yeah.
And like, okay, cool. And they're like, and they even said, hey, keep your ID handy. They're going to card you again at the bar. Because that's their policy.
Jesus Christ.
Just to make sure you're not swapping bands or some shit. So I literally went up.
We actually like, yeah, you come in now. I'll give you this.
Yeah.
card. No,
I literally went up with my wristband on and my ID in my hand. I handed it to her, and she's like, thank you for being so nice. I just had a guy in here the other night just kept bitching about why do he have to show his ID again? And I'm like, hey man, rules are rules. I'm cool. It's your job. Why would you?
Yeah.
He doesn't realize you're just doing your fucking job. And she's like, yeah, I'd like you. I'm like, thanks.
This is what corporate deems.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm like, oh, thanks. So I'll have a Miller Lite.
Yeah.
And you see on the back of the bar, they have all the tap handles out, right? Like one would. But then I realized there's no bottles.
No.
So there's no bottles. You have all the tap handles. The tap handles are faux tap handles. You can't actually pour beer there. So when I ordered a Miller Lite, she had to go behind into the kitchen into
do that shit in public.
I guess into a back area and pour a beer and bring it out to me. And I was like, okay, cool, I get it. Yeah, it's weird state laws and shit like that.
Yeah.
And so then the long part of the story is, what the fuck does a strip club look like? And I Googled it. I just Googled gentlemen's club. And there were like 8 in my vicinity. And I really wanted to go, but it was like the last night there. I had to catch a plane at 3 in the fucking morning the next day and shit.
Just out of pure curiosity, right?
But yeah,
just out of pure curiosity.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, and I actually I think I made a Facebook post because I'm like, I'm not really a strip club guy. I mean, who isn't, right? Who doesn't like to dabble a little bit? But I'm not really like, hey.
I'm never looking out for one, yeah.
Yeah. You know, like, hey, what do you want to do tonight? Crush beers and go to a strip club? I don't think that word,
Right.
that sense is ever really, like, sometimes at the end of the night, like, oh, we could pass through.
We've had a fantastic story that we've shared together that there was the one time in my life, like, let's go to a strip club.
Yeah.
And just, it was so random.
The fucking Northern Hazrat food show,
Yeah.
baby.
It was so random. But yeah, nothing I would ever normally bring up.
Yeah,
But
and so that's the thing, and especially if I'm by myself,
right.
that just sounds
That's
very
creepy.
depressing.
Yeah.
I have a hard enough time drinking by myself.
Right.
You know, like I'll have a couple beers at dinner by myself, but like if I'm just drinking to get drunk by myself, now that seems depressing. And if I were to go to a strip club by myself, that also seems depressing. But I really wanted to see what the fuck a Salt Lake City, Utah strip club would be like. You know,
They got to keep their skirts on, but they can take their tops off.
oh my God, she's showing ankles tonight,
Oh!
baby. Let's go.
Let's go, boys. Ankles out.
Hey, I want a beer. Hold on. Let me go to the back. Where's your wristband? Let me see your ID again. Hey, I want a lap dance. Can I see your
I
ID
need your
again?
ID again.
And then she's going to go behind the scenes. You know, like they poured my beer behind the scenes. Is she going to go behind the scenes and do the lap dance and then come out and like, did you like it? Like,
Hey, maybe
what
every
the
lap.
fuck?
Did you like it?
I did your lap dance back there. How was it? Like, oh, thank you.
Here's
so
a video
much.
of it.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a
I picked out the
Snapchat?
best mannequin.
Did you see my knees?
She's like, did you bring your extra set of clothes? What do you mean extra set of clothes? Oh, I got to put it on the dummy back there so I can take the video and then put your clothes on. That's what everybody does.
This mannequin head kind of looks like you. It's got a beard, you know. Oh, I put Sharpie on the lip for your lip ring. So now
She just pulls out a Polaroid camera, takes a picture of you. All right, I'll be right back. You're like, what the fuck just happened? Just puts it on his face to a mannequin, dance on it. Here you go, sweetie. Oh, I did a good job for you.
Can I get you a beer? I'll
Hey.
go behind again.
Maybe every lap dance there is a private lap dance.
Oh, what?
Hey,
Get to see some.
get that VIP treatment.
She pulls her cardigan off her shoulder. You know, like.
Look out.
Wow. I got to see a collarbone, baby.
That
Let's
is wild
go.
about the booze, though. It's just like,
Yeah. Well, and like I said, I don't want to make fun of religion or anything, but like I did look it up, in that state of all the 50 states,
oh, it's dominated.
it's something like 70% of
Dominated,
that state has that faith. And I get it. Like,
What else you got going on? I don't know.
well,
There's some skiing. I know that.
they got the Great Salt Lake.
Great Salt Lake.
They probably have some skiing and shit.
Yeah, they do.
And it, you know,
You got some mountains run through there.
it's also one of those things too. Like, if
I'm sure it's beautiful, but it's just like it's a weird. I feel like you probably go to small towns, and it's probably really weird.
oh yeah,
It's probably really weird.
oh yeah.
And I don't want to go there. I mean, some of the could like Salt Lake City. Psh,
Yeah.
let's go.
Or just, pass through, hang
Yeah.
out, check out a town, whatever.
Sorry, I'm from Utah. Listen to this, but I just feel like there's some weird areas in there. I'd like to meet
Yeah.
somebody. I don't even know if I know anybody that's ever been like, I'm from Utah. I'd be like,
Yeah.
are
no.
you sure? I don't know one person from Utah,
I don't know anybody that's from Utah.
but I don't think many people from Utah would be like, I'm going to Ohio.
Right. Yeah.
You know
Everybody
what I
out
mean?
there.
Like, they're either going south to like Texas or like going to California.
Yeah.
They're staying on that.
And
West
all those
Coast.
LDSs out there that are probably like, I don't even know a single fucking person from Ohio.
Yeah.
Aren't they Amish?
Yeah.
Like, they're weird. They drive horse and buggies.
Yeah,
Like,
them Amish guys.
Yeah.
Real weird.
we just have sex through a sheet and we don't drink. And those people out there, they don't believe in electricity.
Yeah, they drink like fish. Bunch of alcoholics in Ohio.
Everybody's weird looking from the outside in, man. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's probably there, and it's probably not that bad too. It could be corporate rules of B-dubs that they follow more practices.
I think it's state rule.
They might follow more practices though, over top of like if you went to a little bar and they're probably like no, like
I don't know, man.
we got a curtain that we cover up our bottle of beer and we just open up the cooler and then shut the curtain again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They probably have wraparounds around that, like
Yeah.
workarounds. Like, oh, hey, look that way, and then they like,
Yeah. And
cap
strip
it.
clubs don't typically have windows, so maybe like, well, if nobody can see in, then you can do whatever you want in there.
Yeah. Right.
That's sanctioned land.
Or I wonder if maybe they're zone different. You know what I mean?
Who knows? But
Because even with like liquor laws versus beer laws in Ohio, like if you have a full service liquor law, it's different than if you just have a beer
I mean, you
law.
go state to state, there's a lot of differences.
Yeah.
I mean, big
Yeah, you
time.
go to fucking Pennsylvania, you can't even buy beer at a gas station.
Nope.
You got to go to the beer store.
Yeah.
You know, so it's I do believe it's like a state thing like that, and like
Yeah,
and like you said,
100%.
there's probably like if you go to a dive bar, they have little workarounds around it. Or,
Yeah, I'm sure there's different things, but a B-Dubs being a corporation in the state,
They're gonna follow
They're
the
gonna follow
fucking
every
rules
rule
to the T.
probably over the T
Yeah.
because they want to make sure they don't get any trouble for anything and
Yeah.
follow all the rules and do all
Most of
that.
their money's in the wings. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
$2 a wing. Okay.
oh, actually, now that I think about it, that's one of the only B-dubs I've went up to the bar, and I was only one of two people.
Normally they're packed there in Ohio.
Everything, all the tables were packed. You know, all the tables were packed.
They didn't want to get that wristband because they get that wristband. That's a mark of sin right there.
Yeah. None of them are drinking. You know, that's just not what they do.
Yeah.
Like, because apparently they don't even like coffee and shit.
Well,
Like,
What if you get a beer at your table?
you can't. I don't. Oh, well, I don't know.
I'm sure
don't-
you can.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know if you can or cannot. That I can't speak to.
Maybe not. I gotta look more in these laws.
But I
anyways.
do know to sit at the bar, you had to pass 2 identification checks, wear a wristband, and they couldn't even pour the beer in front of you. They had to pour it behind the scenes, which I thought was different.
Yeah, that is different.
I wanted to say crazy, but it's different.
All right, enough about Oregon. Let's move on. What else you got? Look, you got this Crown Royal with the Browns on it here.
Oh yeah, I bought that today. If you want to drink some Brown's Crown Royal, I bet you it tastes like shit.
But it's still Crown Royal.
Yeah, I bought it because it's got the it's
Hey,
still Crown Royal. It's
we
regular
still
Crown
we
Royal.
still love the Browns. They're
I
just
still fucking love the Browns. I still say every goddamn Sunday I'm tired of being a Browns fan, but I was talking to Sarah last
Nick
week.
Chubb.
Yeah, I was talking to Sarah last week. I'm like, who else am I gonna root for? She's like, Cincinnati. I'm like, fuck those people. She's like, well, they're still
I hate them.
They're still in Ohio.
I
I'm
hate
like,
them.
but they're not the fucking Browns.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, of course.
They put that there just for West Virginia.
For Indiana.
Yeah, and Indiana.
It's on the west side.
It was like those states that don't have teams, and then they got it's old story, but yeah.
I got another one. Is this like a late 90s thing? Remember going through little towns? Like I know there was one in Strasburg. You'd see them every once in a while, and I actually saw one on the highway, which made me think about this. But the one on the highway was on a trailer, like they were hauling it somewhere. Remember the dairy bar, the dairy stands, the ice cream stands,
Mm-hmm.
but they were shaped like an ice cream cone.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Why don't we have those anymore?
There's a few left.
Oh,
They are in some small towns. Though.
I was gonna say, like, could you name one close to us?
There's one in West Lafayette.
Okay.
So that's probably, but it's still 30 minutes away or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's one out. Oh man, I drive a lot, so obviously
Yeah.
I get to pass weird things like
You
that.
probably see a few different things
Because
because everywhere I travel, I usually see major highways and stuff.
I know there's a couple of them I've seen. And West Lafayette might not be correct, but I'm pretty sure there's one there. But it might not be that one.
Yeah.
But so I've seen a couple of them, and I'm always like, oh, that's so fun. You know,
Yeah, dude.
shaped like an ice cream cone. Pretty sure it's made out of fiberglass.
I think there used to be. Yeah, I think it is.
Because they're just they're completely made to run during summer operation. In the winter, you just shut that shit down.
Yeah, but I feel like there used
There's
to be
no
more.
insulation.
I know
in
for
there.
sure there was one in Strasburg. I think there used to be one in Philly. I think Dover probably had one. I think every small town everywhere used to have
Yeah.
an ice cream cone shaped dairy bar.
I mean, if you want to sell your shit, why don't you just make your building look like it?
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're a steakhouse.
Yeah.
I'm going to design my building as a giant rib loin.
And so that's the thing that made me think about it. Is I was going down the highway and somebody had the cone part, not the ice cream tip. They must have had to put that on a different trailer. But they just
Didn't
had
clear the heights.
Yeah. They just had the cone part sitting on the back of a flatbed trailer being pulled by an F-250, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, I saw it, and I was like, "When was the last time I even saw one of those?"
Pop that bad boy right up in the fair. Boom.
Yeah,
Start
dude.
slinging ice cream out of it.
Yeah, like,
I mean, Oscar Mayer Wienermobile has been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
We
Maybe that's
need-
their problem. They need to turn their whole truck into the cone instead of just pulling it behind a trailer.
Yeah, we need more things that are shaped like the foods we eat. And how am I supposed to know? Obviously,
Yeah.
we know just because we've been around it so long. But if a foreigner comes in here, how are they going to know? No, McDonald's is everywhere. How are they going to? Oh wait, everything's
Taco Bell's everywhere. And then taco is literally in the word.
in the name.
Taco Bell. But god damn it, why don't they shape it like a fucking
Wendy's,
taco?
okay.
Yeah.
Who knows what? Well, they serving gingers in there.
Shape that whole fucking building. Yeah, dude. Exactly. Oh, I came here for the redheaded girl.
Where's she at?
We only serve hamburgers, sir. I'm like, a hand job from the redheaded girl?
I would pull it on their big deals.
Yeah.
I don't know why I went that accent. I'm sorry for offending anybody right now, but that was just the first one. I was like, which one don't you know? I'm like, Burger King, you know, it's King of Burgers.
Burgers in it.
McDonald's, you just know because it's worldwide.
Yeah.
Taco Bell's worldwide. Wendy's is probably semi-worldwide, I would say. Well, probably not worldwide. It's probably somewhat international, but
Let's even go like niche. Whataburger. Well, no, burger's the name. In-N-Out.
yeah.
Or Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box.
I'm gonna get jacked in the box. Yeah. Like, no, dude, we only serve burgers here, and that's a weird clown guy.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Shape your goddamn building like a fucking burger or something. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Then we know.
yeah, for sure.
But then, there's some people that shape their buildings or neon signs in different ways, and that'd be very misleading too.
Yeah. Well, I do think there's a lot, especially even in fast food, where nowadays there's like this. I don't know what you call the aesthetic, but they're almost like corporate chic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody has a hokey fucking. Like, remember the old school Taco Bells where it looked like you went to. Like, I don't know the Spanish word. Is that a hacienda? You know, where it's got the.
We'll take it, sure.
It's got the arches and everything looks like a brick and it's stucco on the outside.
It looked like a sombrero.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Now it's like straight lines.
Yeah. It looks like a goddamn corporate office building.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know it was if it wasn't unless it said Taco Bell on the front.
Yeah.
Like, let's go back to that hokey ass bullshit. Like, we're almost we've gone into this weird like futuristic dystopian future where it's like everything's square blocks, wood pegs.
We're going down this path.
Oh, we're old.
Now we got to talk about Elon Musk's goddamn robots.
Yeah?
Did you see all that stuff?
No.
His whole unveiling he had?
No.
Holy shit.
What?
Elon Musk did his whole AI robots. Going to be able to watch your kids, walk your dog, do your dishes, do all this shit. I am talking I Am Robot, Will Smith movie to a T. Creepy, pouring drinks for people, talking to people, normal conversation.
Oh, it's. I was gonna say you want to watch it, but it's 21 minutes long.
No, you watch it on your own.
Images.
I don't know how you have not seen any of this.
I have not. That's it though.
Not that one. That's like the inner workings.
That one.
That's more it. Do Elon Musk robot pouring drinks. Just do that real quick. But like people be like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, it'd take just like a split second delay and be like, "I'm good. How are you?" In like a normal voice, and it was creepy. And I'm like, there's got to be somebody behind it, like controlling this thing and talking.
Is this
to
it with a cowboy hat on?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
1 minute 19 seconds long.
Yeah, pop that up.
We should be able to play this. Why is he wearing a cowboy hat?
All right. Everybody doing?
That's not a real person.
No.
Doing
Doing good.
I think, peace, everybody.
How are you doing?
Peace, everybody was the robot. If you are listening in.
No way.
Doing good.
All right. Then step right up.
Can I have a watermelon fogarita?
A watermelon?
Yeah.
Where's the can?
Hey, what's up?
Man, it's one of those things where it's weirdly humanoid.
How am I
It's
doing so far?
very,
Killing it.
Thank you so much.
it's very convincing, but it still moves slow like a robot, you know?
Yeah.
Thanks, Optimus. Appreciate
Of
it.
course, anytime.
Fuck off, dude.
They have a bunch of videos of people having
sorry.
conversations, being around these robots, and it's creepy.
I mean,
And then he's unveiled like the new car system for like a taxi
yeah.
and like a bigger bus one, and like all these are going to be completely automated. You're just going to call, you're going to put it in to get your taxi. You go step in it. There's no driver. There's nothing, and it just takes you to your destination.
There's a part of me that's like, this is fucking awesome,
We're on the brink of
right?
that society that like we've seen in so many movies.
Yeah.
It's like gonna be like our kids
like the-
are gonna live in some crazy shit. I
Like
think
the
so.
Fifth Element.
Yeah, like the Fifth Element, like the maker of iRobot, producer or creator, whatever,
Yeah.
with Will Smith, he was like everybody's like, these look just like these robots. These cars look just like the cars they had in the movie. And I don't know what the storyline was completely, if he was pissed, like coming after Elon for like that, or it was just kind of like that was Elon's inspiration or whatever it was, or
It's probably
it all
Elon's
just
inspiration.
makes sense. Anyways, but and he had like 20 of those behind him at one point in time. It's like,
Tell you
that's
this.
creepy.
I'll tell you this was probably Elon's inspiration because when he built the super rocket, which
Yeah,
that's when you started talking about Elon. He just landed that fucking rocket on the launching pad.
right.
Crazy. But when he built the heavy, the scientists and everybody built a rocket, and the tip of the rocket wasn't pointy enough, and he wanted it pointier because he quoted the dictator. He was on Rogan's podcast saying, he's like, yeah, I did it because of that joke. Like, do you know the movie The Dictator?
No.
Sacha Baron Cohen's playing it. He's playing a dictator of a thing, and they build a rocket, and he's like, why does it not look like a penis? Like, make it more like a penis.
Pointy,
Make
yeah.
it pointier. You know? Like,
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
So Elon basically did the exact same fucking thing because it was a joke to him. So I would wager that he made him look exactly like the movie just as a joke to him.
Yeah.
You know, like he could have made him look like any fucking thing else, but he made it look like the iRobot shit because because he thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's just wild.
Yeah,
All that shit's wild. I mean, they're pouring drinks, they're doing all kinds of stuff. Like, it's just like talking to people, having conversations.
yeah.
It almost sounded like to me, it felt like somebody was just like in a microphone, like, you're in charge of this bot, you just talk for him.
Well, yeah, like
But he'll do the motions, like he can just pour a drink.
when that
whatever.
video started, I was
push
kinda,
these buttons and he'll do this, and then hand it right hand, left hand, like some guy that's really smart just sitting there like, yeah, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, okay. And then he's like,
with the way AI is, it's
I'm sure
cheaper
it was,
and easier to have the computer do that than even have
I'm
a guy
sure
back
it was,
behind it.
and that's the creepy part.
Yeah, yeah, because we've talked about AI before. It's
Yeah.
gonna take over the fucking world. We're doomed.
No, I mean,
Give
it'll be awesome.
before we get doomed.
It'll be awesome for a while.
Give me one of those robots that instead of pouring drinks will drain my balls.
Well,
and let me live out my last 5 years. And
I mean,
and
it's the next step in advancement, right? So once the AI gets in, learns, all of the things it's going to learn, learns about humans, learns everything,
Yeah.
and then it can start learning about diseases, start learning about cures, start learning about stuff like
Well,
everything.
they already do.
Yeah, how to grow food better than we ever have.
I've
and,
seen
that stuff. And
well,
like,
I've seen ones where they have a mammogram scan, and AI can early detect breast cancer in women,
yeah,
and set which a doctor would never see.
right,
Like dumb shit like that. That's where AI is fucking fantastic.
right,
AI can look at medical charts and say, this guy has this, treat him for that, give him this medicine. People are like, okay, cool. But then also AI could also destroy us. like
well, yeah,
literally kill all of us.
yeah. I mean, now it's coming after us first because we're talking about it. But yeah, you know.
Yeah. Shut down the grid.
But you know, there's been so many movies about that. You know, we're all prepped up for that, right?
Yeah.
We're all ready for that, right?
I had a theory.
But I think you can only get so smart before you any society, and maybe this has happened in the past. You know, you get so smart,
Well,
you have the AI, and then eventually it just resets.
so I had this theory with Terminator, the movie The Terminator.
Right.
It's all about time travel and all this shit, and it's all about how the machines take over in the future. And
Matrix as well.
yeah. And so my theory was the Terminator was written and made into a movie by a person that actually traveled back in time to give us a warning. Because if you look at, like, when does Skynet go live? When was the nuclear apocalypse? When was all that? It was like 10 years ago. But on their time, like, you know, when they made it in the 80s, 90s, it was like in 2007 or some shit like that. I'm off on the dates.
Right.
But so what I'm thinking is they came back, made the movie, wanted to scare us out of not producing these things. The only thing they didn't scare us enough. They scared us enough to prolong it. They were literally telling us the future.
Which is more aware now, you know?
Yeah, they were literally telling us the future.
Keep your DVD and your flash drive copies
Yeah.
of Terminator so we can reference that back because we might need it.
Yeah.
Maybe even The Matrix was that written too.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, that didn't work. Let's do The Matrix because they're using this as batteries way in the future. But another guy he got back from way back then and then gave it to the guys. He's like, all right,
And
in the 90s, they'll know now.
They came back. They talked to instead of going to the news. Everybody thought they were fucking crazy. They're like, make this movie, scare the people, so they won't want technology. And all it did was, it just pushed it.
Well, they'll
You know
be
what I
like,
mean?
well, they'll be like, well, we can't ever just go back and drop this news and ever expect them to be like, yeah, okay, buddy.
Because I think it was
You're from the future,
Yeah.
sure.
Because it wasn't like 1997 was when the bomb dropped.
Because if
in
you got to travel butt ass naked, and you come back, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I can tell you all these future events. I can tell you blah blah blah. Lock me in a cell for a year, and I'll tell you exactly what happens here.
Yeah.
You know, you could learn that year of history before you time. That would be the smart thing to do, right?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, okay, now we believe you.
Well,
They're
they'd
probably like,
still lock them up as fucking crazy. Put
you're
them in a
fucking crazy,
straitjacket. The government would take them.
But if you come back and then you write a script and you drop it off at
And you go to Hollywood.
so and so's door,
Yeah.
and he picks up, he's like, this script's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's actually real. And then they write it, and then he's like, at least they'll be a little bit prepared.
They'll be aware.
They'll be a little bit prepared.
Yeah. and then honestly,
when a
they're-
T-2000 shows up, we'll be like,
Yeah.
all right, get the smelting factories locked and loaded. We got we got to murder the shit out of him.
But yeah, that's honestly like the dates that they said were what really happened in their timeline.
Yeah.
But now that it came back and showed us this, we got a little bit scared, so we pushed off our studies.
But what the AI know that already to be like, or maybe that's why they had to do it that way. Maybe they're like, if we make it a movie, the AI won't realize that.
Oh man,
we know
what fucking timeline are
and
we
now I
in
just
anymore?
talked, so now it's gonna know. It's gonna know that I know. So we're getting bombed.
Yeah,
And-
no, I love you, Supreme Overlord CPU man,
Yeah,
Mr. AI yourself, Adam Ingram.
Conspiracies will continue. But first, we're gonna drink this.
You want to take a shot?
No, I'm good.
I was gonna say I don't have any shot glasses. We're just gonna pull it from the bottle.
Well, I was gonna say that was. We just went down a rabbit hole there, and
Yeah.
I must say,
Hey man, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, and I love this.
I know, I love it too. But I think on that one, I'm just going to ask you a question.
Yeah,
Did you have a damn good time?
I did.
I think we're going to take this off camera
Did you have a damn good time?
so we can talk more about how we're going to kill the T-1000.
Follow
predators.
us if you want to. If you want to not rise up against
Yeah.
the computer
Football to this.
overlords. Yeah, and hey, yeah. And if you want to watch football, well, it's the last before it's robots out there playing it.
I got a cooler robot than your team.
Yeah, fantasy football robots.
Oh, that's
This
it.
one's made by IBM. He's gonna get 30 points this week.
It's just the robot wars where they're like smashing the
Yeah,
blades and shit. and
fucking fantastic.
they're just who designs the best robots.
Yeah.
and that's who's out there.
But anyway, take this chance. Click like and subscribe. Do all the things. If you want to come back for more of this fucking ignorance,
We might be here.
yeah. Unless the AI overlords shut us
Conspiracies.
down. No, we're gonna keep doing this as much as we can because I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, we'll get you guys next week. Tell your friends and family.
I might even say I'm having a damn good time.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Love you, Cody.
Peace.
Cheers.